Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on today's event. Today's session is an introduction to Therefore, great for newcomers to Therefore software and solutions, or those of you who may know Therefore, but may just be looking for a refresher. So before we get started, we would like to introduce ourselves. So my name is Kono. I'm head of digital engagement at Therefore Corporation, and I am joined by my colleague Adele.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Adele. I'm based here in Sydney, Australia. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for joining us for this webinar. I hope you have a good content to see. I hope you get something out of it. And please feel free to ask anything during this presentation. Now back to you, Kono.
All right, great. Thank you, Adele. So in that case, let's just go ahead and get started. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Therefore, maybe you've heard the name, you're not quite sure what it does. Well, Therefore, in short, is a software that allows you to maximize the usefulness of your information. That is your documents, your forms, photos, whatever type of information you may have. You may see Therefore referred to as an information management platform. Which is correct. Specifically, the way we talk about Therefore is that we call it an enterprise-grade technology service platform that allows you to do a couple of things that you see listed here. One of these is better classify documents, increase your flexibility, automate business processes, and manage strategic information and your business documents. So those may be lofty goals, but how is this done? Well, if you look at the graphic we have prepared for you here, there are three major functions of Therefore software that we use in general to achieve these goals. So these are first, managing information as an asset, second, running and optimizing business processes, and finally, gathering business analytics. But what exactly do these 3 points mean? Let's start with managing information as an asset. With Therefore, your files no longer have to sit in a file cabinet or on a local drive, taking up space, not being used, and hard to find. Therefore stores your information securely in a centralized location so you can start using the information and documents in your system that you have to help you drive your business forward. When information is managed as an asset, it allows you to have a full line of sight of your documents and information. This allows you to optimize your business processes, including utilizing things like e-forms and automated workflows so that you can, as the old adage goes, work smarter and not harder. Whenever you need to make improvements, you can start doing so with Therefore. And in turn, this leads to the next logical step, which is gathering business analytics. And this is where the visibility comes into play. With Therefore, you can create formal reports or use the Therefore dashboards to gain insight into what's working, or maybe more importantly, what is not working within your organization. From here, you can address areas of concern. You can make quick business decisions to continue moving forward. Staying in the know and being able to measure success is a key way to ensure that your business can thrive and grow. So before we move on to the next part of the presentation, at this point I'm going to share with you a video on Therefore. This is just about a 4-minute animated video that goes over some of the major features and benefits of Therefore. It's our most watched video ever on YouTube. So I'm sharing this with you now, and once we come back, I'll continue with the rest where we'll talk more about some of the features and benefits of Therefore.
Maintaining order and efficiency in an organization is tough, particularly when information is handled in different formats. Improper management of this information can easily lead to disorganized work environments and lost opportunities. Without an information management system, processing documents can quickly become chaotic, leading to all sorts of problems such as misplaced documents, lack of visibility, and slow processing. Not to mention large amounts of storage space consumed by all that paper. Fortunately, Therefore is here to help. Therefore is an information management solution for organizations of all sizes looking to bring order and efficiency to their documents and processes. The solution's digital repository, robust workflow engine, and business analytics capabilities allow you to overcome the disorder associated with conventional information management practices. With Therefore, you'll be more productive, reactive, and flexible, and improve information security and visibility into your processes. Let's start with Therefore Secure Central Repository. By digitizing your documents and classifying them with metadata, everyone within the company can easily find the information they need when they need it. Getting information into the Therefore repository is simple and straightforward. Simply scan and automatically tag paper documents with metadata. Electronic documents can be added in seconds by simple drag and drop, or by importing automatically from watched folders or mailboxes with no user input at all. You can even automatically gather information from external parties using web forms. Information can be found based on metadata or content. Version control and checkout functions ensure that everyone can locate and work on the most current version of the document, making you more productive and reactive. Security is also a key aspect of Therefore. Robust, customizable permission controls, anti-tamper measures, and backup storage policies give you peace of mind, knowing that your data is safe and secure. With Therefore workflows, disordered, chaotic processes can be turned into clear and visible work streams, allowing you to optimize and automate document processes. Workflows eliminate errors and oversights and give managers visibility into how processes run within the company. You'll shave days off your processing time and be able to track exactly where your document is in the process. Besides storing and processing information, Therefore boosts your visibility and reactivity with the help of scheduled reports and real-time dashboards of the data your organization needs to make intelligent business decisions. Therefore's business intelligence capabilities let you track the key analytics of your processes and information, boosting your reactivity and agility and giving you a competitive edge. It's also easy to access your information in Therefore from a web browser or mobile device when you're not in the office, or even take documents offline and synchronize them later. Therefore gives you full mobility and flexibility in your business operations. Therefore's powerful information management solutions safeguard your business information and give you greater productivity, reactivity, flexibility, and visibility into your processes, leading to streamlined business operations, more engaged employees, and better customer service. Simply put, Therefore makes organizations more efficient and effective. Contact your local Canon partner today to learn how you can benefit from Therefore's innovative solutions.
In any case, I hope you enjoyed the video. There really are no limits to where Therefore can be used. Therefore is a globally available product that is sold exclusively through Canon and Canon's partners worldwide. Of course, that includes the ANZ region. So Therefore is sold within Australia, New Zealand, and a few of the surrounding countries. We have a strong customer base. Adele can maybe say a little bit more about that, but Therefore is definitely a product that is well known and well used in your part of the world as well. No company is too big or too small really to benefit from Therefore. These are some of the global customers that we have, and as you may notice, there is a lot of variety. Therefore is used across a wide range of industries and departments, horizontal and vertical markets, since it's virtually limitless in its customization options. So we see a lot of well-known brand names here, and some of these may be small companies using Therefore in a big way. Some of them may be big companies using Therefore in a single department, that kind of thing. There's really a rich mix of customers that we have of all shapes and sizes using solutions implementations of all shapes and sizes as well. So now we start getting into more details about sort of the functionalities of Therefore. As I mentioned before, we have customers of all sizes, and that's because Therefore scales to provide the right functionality for all types of companies, whether these be small and medium businesses or larger enterprises as well. We have customers from single user systems essentially to 10,000 plus users, so and everything in between really. This is possible because of the broad feature set that Therefore offers. We talked a little bit about some of the main functions, those 3 points: managing information as an asset, gathering business analytics, and optimizing workflow processes. but therefore does much more than that. Of course, we don't have 2 hours today to tell you about all this. That's why when we talk about therefore in general, we usually introduce it with these 6 points. How therefore covers the broad spectrum here, starting with capture, being able to capture and utilize paper and electronic information. Once it's in the system, therefore controls the access to it. You can control your data anytime, anywhere from the central location. While it is in the central repository, it is very secure, therefore does have very flexible and broad permission options and security options to make sure that only authorized people are allowed to view your document, the information within the system. I also mentioned automation. This is a huge part of what Therefore does, automating and optimizing core business processes with a drag and drop viewer. Essentially, if you can picture it, you can build it within Therefore a process. Um, Finally, managing information as a strategic asset. That's sort of the overarching goal of what Therefore does. And actually, I wanted to mention something that came up in a customer call I had just earlier today, where the customer asked us, "Hey, why do you position Therefore? Why do you call it information management? Why don't you call it document management?" I said that's a really good question, and the reason is because within Therefore, you're not just storing documents. That may be the majority of what you're storing, but it's not just documents, because your documents have other data around them. They have metadata. The workflow processes with which you're processing your documents also create data. They create data about how the workflow ran, statistics, things like that. So that's why we talk about Therefore as managing strategic information. It's because it's more than just the physical data and files that you're throwing in there. It's everything that gets created around the processing of those documents as well. And that's why, therefore, the final step that we talk about here is analysis, being able to analyze and react to key performance indicators. And that's really the final step of what Therefore does, where it has powerful business analytics tools and reporting tools to make sure that you can have an overview of the information in your system, what's being done with it, and you can leverage it in order to gain business intelligence to help your organization run. So what comes out of that? Of course, there's a whole slew of benefits. As I said, we don't have 2 hours to talk about it. So in these introductions, we boil it down to 5 benefits, essentially. The first one being productivity. This is mostly based around the workflows and being able to save the information digitally. You lose a lot of time searching for information, and chaotic processes therefore allows you to streamline that. Another one is reactivity. When you have all your information available, you have an overview of your processes and your documents, you can respond to your own customers' needs in a timely manner. Visibility. I talked about therefore being a central repository for your information. This allows you to keep a clear overview of your processes and your critical business metrics. Security is a huge one, of course. As I mentioned, I don't have the time to go. I wish I had the time to tell you all about the security details, all of the great features that Therefore has to ensure that your information is stored safely. But essentially, Therefore comes out of the box with robust security permissions and robust features that allow you to ensure that your system is kept secure and safe from unauthorized access. And finally, it's really about the flexibility. I believe I mentioned earlier about the broad use cases of Therefore. We have customers using Therefore not only for information management in general, but for really all types of use case scenarios. I would say a common scenario that customers use Therefore for is accounts payable. A lot of them use it for human resources, contract management, those kinds of scenarios. But really, I've seen everything under the sun. I've seen people use it for COVID check-in, check-out, some more creative uses. We've seen customers use it for inventory management. We've seen customers use it sort of as a CRM, and really sort of everything in between there. So the strong customization that Therefore allows you to have is a big factor, a big benefit of why people choose Therefore. Of course, another point that I cannot neglect is to talk about the infrastructure options. As you can imagine, Therefore does offer an on-premise solution, so you can install it on your own server. But we do also have a cloud solution. It's called Therefore Online. This is available in Australia as well. and it runs on the Microsoft Azure platform. And this really gives us a lot of benefits. First is that there's the global reach of Azure. We have data centers on every continent, every part of the world, and they're not shared. So for example, for those of you in the ANZ region, you have your own data center, which has the primary data center in Sydney and the backup one in Melbourne. So it's local to you. You know, you're not connecting to a server in Europe or in the United States or somewhere far away where you're going to have some lag. It's local to your area there. The geo redundancy, as I mentioned, is another huge benefit. You have that backup data center. So Sydney, Melbourne, quite a ways apart. If there's some kind of flood or some sort of natural disaster that destroys one of the data centers, there's less risk that it's going to happen to the other one as well. High availability, therefore, online does have a SLA of 99.95%. The on-demand scalability, which is some of the tools that Microsoft Azure allows us to have, allows us to essentially increase resources to the system when there is a high load in order to keep you working properly, to not slow the system down. And the Azure system as well is sort of out of the box, compliant with many different government standards that exist all over the world. And security, of course, is a huge factor. So I will mention that all the data that is stored in Therefore Online is secured with AES 256 level encryption, and all data, so that's called data at rest, and data as it's going back and forth between the Therefore Online system and a user's computer, that's called data in transit, that is encrypted using HTTPS. So the scalability and the security is a huge part of why you would want to choose Therefore Online. Another thing I always like to mention when I talk about Therefore is integration. This is a topic that comes up in many cases, many customers when they're exploring information management solutions like Therefore. It's important for them to know that it integrates with the existing systems that they have. So what I like to say when people ask, does Therefore integrate with X? The answer is either yes, because there's an existing integration, or probably. Probably in the sense because Therefore does allow for a high level of customization, even for maybe something that we don't have an existing connector with. You can connect to it through other ways. So let me talk a little bit about the 3 levels of integration here. The first one, which you see here, Exchange, SharePoint, all of these guys, these are our first, what we call first party connectors. So these come from Therefore. You can purchase them as an additional license with your Therefore system, and these are native to Therefore. So these are developed by Therefore Corporation. They're maintained by us. You know, you have full reliability that they're going to work 100% of the time flawlessly with Therefore for these products that you see listed here. The second level is integrations that are available through our partners within the Canon ecosphere. That is, for example, integrations with Uniflow output solution, with Iris scanning solutions, with eCopy and Kofax as well. So these connectors are also available to customers, and they're used quite a lot because Therefore plays very well with other solutions from Canon, as you can imagine, seeing as we're a Canon product. And the probably part where I say, can Therefore integrate with X, and I say probably yes, it's because we offer lots of other solutions for integrating with products that maybe aren't part of the standard catalog. So Therefore does offer an open API, also a REST API for connecting systems that use REST. There's lots of other options with monitoring mailboxes, with monitoring folders, integrating with cloud storage. All of these types of things are available for ensuring that even third-party systems that aren't listed on here are, in most cases, you're going to find a way to make them work with Therefore. And one I want to mention specifically because it comes up often, especially since pandemic in the past couple of years, is e-signature providers. So this comes up a lot. Does Therefore integrate with e-signature providers? And the answer is very clearly yes, it does, and it does with a lot of them as well. So I put the providers, the 11 providers that we have standard integrations with. These come out of the box. They're available within the Therefore configuration itself. There's nothing separate to develop there. You just need the correct type of account from the e-signature provider. Put in your credentials, connect it, and you're good to go there, where you can get documents from Therefore signed with this provider. I will say that it is also possible to create your own, so therefore it does have an agnostic interface if you want to integrate with an e-signature provider that may not be listed here. In any case, therefore, is a great solution for getting documents e-signed as well. And I like to finish this part by just talking a little bit about the end-to-end business solution. So Canon and Canon partners often offer all of this entire end-to-end business solution to their customers, and therefore is proud to be a part of this really solid solution that Canon offers, which usually starts um, with document capture, which can be, therefore Iris or Uniflow, all fantastic solutions. The managing and the processing, the bulk of the middle of the life cycle, that's where therefore is at its strongest. And, again, by the end of it, we have the distribution and the output. Of course, everyone knows how great all the Canon devices are, and they're complemented extremely well by Uniflow's output management solution. So therefore plays extremely well in the end-to-end business solution offered by Canon. And we are, of course, proud to be part of such a great family of solutions. I do want to mention a few awards that Therefore has won. So Therefore has won awards from Buyers Lab. This is an American corporation that tests software products. So we have won awards in the past several years. Sometimes they've changed the names throughout the years, but it's essentially for information management platform or information governance. It's essentially the same thing. They change the names throughout the years sometimes. Another one, again, from the US that I have to mention is the Asters Award. This was from 2018, I believe, for the Best Data Storage Security Solution. And Asters is an award given by an American organization called American Security Today, which honors the most cutting-edge solutions designed for specifically for the homeland security and public safety vertical markets. So therefore, and Canon USA jointly won those awards in 2018 as well. And one of our most recent awards actually is from an organization called DataMaster. DataMaster Lab is an independent testing lab based in France that tests office machines and software solutions. And just this past, Northern Hemisphere summer, so winter for the ANZ region. Therefore, solutions underwent a thorough analysis with hands-on testing over the course of several days by DataMaster consultants. And the end result was that Therefore was awarded 2 prizes, one for Best Solution for HR, Department Administration and Management, as well as an Outstanding ECM 2022 for small and mid-sized businesses. So DataMaster concluded Therefore is the best solution that they saw for HR and one of the top ECMs overall. By the way, ECM, it's one of those interchangeable terms. It means electronic content management. It's just another term for information management.